Drew, what did you do to stay in rhythm once you got back in rhythm this last game?
Yeah.
What did you do to stay in rhythm now?
Well, spent last week here, continuing to work out, continuing to rehab, just trying to get healthier and healthier. Spend time throwing with some of the guys that were on the mend as well. So, hopefully we'll have everybody back this week, and just continue to build on, what we've done up to this point.
I know every team handles the bye differently. How much do you think, I guess maybe
Yeah.
the last 10 years you all have gotten away from football. How much do you think that helps people kind of just maybe forced to take a break even if you don't want to?
No, listen, I think it's appropriate. You have to have a level of maturity in order to do it that way, and I think that's what we have with this team. And, I think the results have been good. I think guys understand that with that comes responsibility, not to get too far away, you know what I'm saying? And yet, just an opportunity to recharge the battery, to get your body healthy, and to come back, full strength, ready to go, refocused, because, our best football needs to be ahead of us here.
As you get later in the season, do you pay more attention to what other teams around you are doing?
No, not really, because we don't control what they do, right? We only control what we do, and I think if we maintain that mindset, then that will serve us well.
How beneficial is it to have a team that's seasoned enough to understand this down stretch, this back stretch, especially the spate of division games you get ready to play?
Yeah, you said it. Divisional games are the most important games. They're really worth two when it comes down to it, and they're always battles. Regardless of record, regardless of standing, we know what these games mean. We know how physical these games are. We know how tough they are, and so we need to bring our best football, especially this week.
How did you prepare yourself to make sure there wasn't any drop off after a 5-week absence?
Well, even though I couldn't throw a football, I could train to throw a football, and that may not make sense, but I think that's something that I have people, mentors that I've worked with throughout my career that during the offseason have helped me kind of generate that routine and that discipline to still be in the moment, to still train yourself to throw a football, to still train yourself to play quarterback, even though maybe you can't be in there actually taking the reps or actually throwing a football yet. So doing that, and then obviously it was great to be able to come back the week before the bye and get a game under my belt. I felt like I was shaking off a little bit of rust, during the course of that game, honestly. But hopefully we can just continue to build and keep the confidence and the momentum going.
How did that thumb respond after the
It was
game?
good. Yeah, thumb was good after the game. There was no negative effects. It got banged around a little bit, which was good as far as, I think, just mentally, psychologically, just knowing that it can withstand what it needs to withstand.
Well, how important is it for you to sort of establish down the stretch that you can get a lot more guys involved in the passing game than the load that Michael Thomas has taken on so far?
Yeah, listen, when guys are in the game that are playmaking guys, right? If you can get the ball to them, you're going to get the ball to them. And if you can't, then that's when other guys need to step up, and that's when opportunities will be there for them. Opportunities are going to be there for them anyway, but I think you know what I mean. We've encountered games in the past where a team was bound and determined to double Mike, take Mike away, take Alvin away, whatever it might have been, because obviously those two guys get a lot of attention. And other guys had huge games, So when you show that you can beat people in a lot of different ways, then it's a pick your poison situation. And bottom line is we just have to execute. We got to be good at all these things. Guys have to be ready to step up and take on that role if that's what they're called on to do, or if that's the matchup. And a lot of times you don't know what it's going to be until you get to game time and it unfolds. But our guys need to be ready.
From the outside, it seemed like down the stretch last year, December and into playoffs, you had trouble kind of consistently finding, consistent, reliable production outside of Thomas and Kamara, probably pursuing it. Is that something that you want to?
Yeah, listen, I think we learned a lot from that. Bottom line is we have to be able to win with everyone. We can't just win with Mike, can't just win with Alvin, which are two of the guys that get a lot of attention. We got plenty of other guys that can beat you, and we just have to be able to prove that week in and week out.
Are you surprised that it seems like on at least some plays the teams are still playing off of Thomas, and you know, based on 73 catches, you think teams might have a little different.
Yeah, but again, when you do that, you give up something else, right? It's not like you can double Mike and play honest everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you give something up whenever you put additional attention on any one player or two players. So it's my job, our job, right, as an offense, to be able to make them pay in those other areas when they do that.
You guys were so good at getting off those quick starts offensively last year, scoring a lot of those first drives. It hasn't really been the case this year. Is that kind of a focal point for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can do a better job of starting faster, getting early points, getting early momentum. Yeah, I do feel like, you know, if you just evaluated the first half of the season, you'd say, you know, it was slower than normal starts, and, you know, maybe then we picked it up, you know, and scored a bunch in the latter half of the game. But it's nice when you can have that consistently throughout a full game.
When you look at the Falcons on film, I know that every team is at different stages and doing different things, but are you, given the talent they have, are you a little bit surprised at their record right now?
Yeah, I am. I think they're a much better team than 1-7. Absolutely. They've got some very good players. They have some very explosive players. You know, they're not too far from where they were a couple years ago when they were, you know, going to the Super Bowl or going to the playoffs. So they're extremely dangerous. You know, we know what they're capable of, and we also know. Listen, it's a divisional game. You know, there's a rivalry there because they're in the division and because they're a team that we have a lot of respect for, and we know what they can do. Yeah. No. I mean, I'm still wearing the splint and just feel comfortable doing it, and so I don't know how long that'll be, but we'll see. But it feels fine.
Does an NFL rivalry compare to a college rivalry, like the old Oak and Bucket or something like that? Is this game something like that, or? Well,
I mean, listen, you know, the Big Ten has 14 teams now, right? You know, it's not like, you know, you say every Big Ten game is a rivalry, you know, but you know, we're playing Indiana for the old Oak and Bucket. We're playing, you know, Notre Dame for the, what do we play them for? The Shillelagh. We play Illinois for the Cannon. You know, we've got all these. You got the Paul Bunyan Axe. What is that? Minnesota, Wisconsin. You got, you know, all kinds of different of these little, you know, rivalry kind of trophy type games. I mean, listen, this is just, you know, NFC South battle. You know, two teams that year in and year out expect to be, you know, playing for something in the end.
Some of the ones that obviously you want to do. Is there anything you still want to improve though?
Yeah. I mean, listen, overall efficiency. I mean, you asked the question about can we start better? Yes, we can start better. All right, that's an area of improvement. We can continue to get better at third down, sustaining drives, which is going to result in more points, which is going to be better, you know, red zone efficiency, and just, you know, all those little things that at the end of the year, when you look at the playoff teams, when you look at the teams that are playing for something, man, they're up at the top in all these categories. We need to continue to strive to do that.
Last year, you guys won 13. That's the franchise record for victories in a season. Is there any thought about, hey, we'd like to surpass that?
Listen, if we could just multiply times 2 right now and say 14-2, I would take it. I'd take it. But we got a lot of football left, you know, and I'm excited to play these games because I want to see how good this team can be. I don't think we've reached our potential yet.